Hello everyone, I'm Gloria Oronga. On today's episode, talk about the early life of Barack Obama, the first black president of the United States of America. Obama was born on 4th August 1961 at Kapiolani Medical Center in Honolulu, Hawaii. He is the only president born outside the contiguous 48 states. He was born to an American mother and a Kenyan father. His mother, Ann Dahman, was of English descent. Her great-great-grandfather emigrated from the village of Manigal, Ireland, into U.S. in the 1850s. There is a likelihood that Dunham was descended from John Punch, an enslaved African who lived in the colony of Virginia. Obama's father, Barack Obama Sr., was a married Luo man from Nyangoma, Kogelo. Obama's parents met in 1960 in a Russian language class at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, where Barack Obama Sr. was a foreign student on a scholarship. They then got married in 1961. Obama and the mother later moved to University of Washington, and the father was left pursuing his undergraduate. Obama Sr. later moved to Harvard University on a scholarship to pursue his master's. Obama's parents divorced in March 1964, and Obama's father returned to Kenya. He married a third wife. Obama visited his Hawaii. Obama visited his son only once in Hawaii in 1971 before he was killed in an automobile accident in 1982 when Obama was 21 years old. Obama termed his father to have looked nothing like the people around him, and he was as black as pitch and the mother as white as milk. He described struggles as a young adult to reconcile social perception of his multiracial heritage. In 1963, Daham met Lolo Soetora, an Indonesian graduate student, and they got married in 1965. Lolo returned to Indonesia in 1966. His wife and stepson followed 16 months later. Educational background. At the age of 6, Obama and his mother had moved to Indonesia. He attended from age 6 to age 10. In 1971, Obama returned to Honolulu to live with his maternal grandparents together with the half-sister, Maya Soetoro. Obama went by the nickname Barry. Obama chose to stay in Hawaii when his mother and half-sister returned to Indonesia in 1975. His mother later divorced Lolo in 1980 and died in 1995 in Hawaii after earning a PhD degree in 1992. Of his years in Honolulu, Obama wrote, "The opportunity that Hawaii offered to experience a variety of cultures in a climate of mutual respect became an integral part of his worldview and a basis of values that he holds most dear." Obama also wrote and talked about using alcohol, marijuana, and cocaine during his teenage years to avoid identity questions in his mind. After graduating from high school in 1979, in 1981, Obama transferred to Columbia University in New York as a junior, where he majored in political science, specializing in international relations. 2 years after graduating from Columbia, Obama moved from New York to Chicago. 2 years after graduating from Columbia, Obama moved from New York to Chicago, where he was hired as a director of developing community. 2 years after graduating from Columbia, Obama moved from New York to Chicago, where he was hired as director of developing company project, a church-based community. In June 1989, Obama met Michelle Robinson and later got engaged in 1991 and got married later. Michelle and Obama had 2 daughters, Malia Ann and Natasha, commonly known as Sasha. Politics. In 1988, Obama enrolled in Harvard Law School, where he was the first Black president of the Harvard Law Review. After graduating, he became a civil rights attorney and an academic, teaching constitutional law at the University of Chicago. After graduating, he became a civil rights attorney and an academic, teaching constitutional law at the University of Chicago Law School from 1992 to 2004. He then represented the 13th District in the Illinois Senate from 1997 until 2004, where he ran for the U.S. Senate. In 1988, Obama enrolled in Harvard Law School, where he was the first Black president of the Harvard Law Review. After graduating, he became a civil rights attorney and an academic, teaching constitutional law at the University of Chicago Law School from 1992 to 2004. He represented the 3rd District in the Illinois Senate from 1997 until 2004, when he ran for the U.S. Senate. Obama received national attention in 2004 with his March Senate primary win. His well-received July Democratic National Convention keynote address and his landslide November election to the Senate. In 2008, after a close primary campaign against Hillary Clinton, he was nominated by the Democratic Party for President Obama. Obama received national attention in 2004 with his March Senate primary win. His well-received July Democratic National Convention keynote address and his landslide November election to the Senate. In 2008, after a close primary campaign against Hillary Clinton, led by the Democratic Party for president, Obama was elected over Republican nominee John McCain in the general election on January 20th, 2009. After winning the election by defeating Republican opponent Mitt Romney, Obama was sworn in for a second term January 20th, 2013. During his second reign, his administration filed briefs that urged the Supreme Court to strike down same-sex marriage bans as unconstitutional. Same-sex marriage was legalized nationwide in 2015. During his second reign, his administration filed briefs that urged the Supreme Court to strike down same-sex marriage bans as unconstitutional. Same-sex marriage was legalized nationwide in 2015. Something interesting about Barack Obama is that in an interview in 2006, Obama highlighted the diversity of his extended family. He said it's like a mini United Nations. Something interesting about Barack Obama is that in an interview in 2006, Obama highlighted the diversity of his extended family. He said it's like a mini United Nations. He said, I've got relatives who are like Bernie Mac and others who look like Margaret Thatcher. He said it's like a mini United Nations. He said, I've got relatives who look like Bernie Mac and others who look like Margaret Thatcher.